weird if you need to put me up. I understand that.
Well, if you were to go up, it would be because I want the other person gone.
Fine.
And I don't have because I would have the votes to keep you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem going up as a pawn. I don't have any problem. I really don't care. It's a win-win for me.
The show would love the drama.
I mean, the show would love the drama. I'd love the common courtesy of knowing, but I feel like if I go up, you're always taking that risk.
But that's what I want to know, because if you don't even, because like what you tell them and what you tell me, I hope are going to be different things based on our prior conversations.
Fine.
So it's like, if you really want to win this thing, just as like myself does and Danielle does, then I want you to tell me, because in that case, I keep you off the radar.
I don't think that's realistic. If somehow, this is the honest to God truth.
Everyone wants you guys put up. You know what I mean?
If there's a giant twist that's coming up, if there is a huge increase in the prize money, if there's something awesome on its way, I will reevaluate everything. The people I'm cool here with, I think we've done a phenomenal job of keeping. There's a lot of things that people know about here, and there's a lot of things people don't know about here, and that's because we've done a phenomenal job of keeping them quiet. I won't throw Boogie under the bus no matter what.
Right.
That's something I won't consider doing.
Anyways.
If it comes down to someone saying it's you or Boogie, I'll go home. I will not throw him under the bus just because of my friendship with him through the years.
Right, but this is all stuff you've already told me before. So
of course,
to, like,
of course.
And that stuff.
So, I mean, where do you stand now? Are you going to get rid of floaters, or what do you want to do? I mean, the honest to God truth is, it's no. Janelle denied this the other day, but it's like that's obviously season 6, and there's Chilltown, and then there's a million floaters.
Right.
Well, you guys can easily destroy Chilltown, and then start picking off the floaters.
Or like, the thing is like I don't really feel like doing anyone's work for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if there's 2 alliances in the house, then or whatever they want to go. The problem with people right now, and this comes from, especially like Boogie's little rampage, is that everyone is thinking of this as like a team sport right now, and not as like an individual game.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have like these floaters, like Marcellus, for example, who are planning, like, oh, I don't want that person to go home because I could beat them final 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's week 3.
Exactly. He's way ahead of himself.
Completely way ahead of himself. And I don't like the fact that, whether you want to stay or not, I mean, you want to play and you want to have fun while you're here, you have Boogie, who wants to get as far as he can.
Sure.
And I consider Jace with Chilltown just because...
I don't think that's unreasonable. I mean, whether he is or not, I mean, I understand why you guys would think that. Yeah.
Well, it's not just, I mean, it's the house that considers it that way. And it's easier to, vilify people if you can vilify them all together.
Of course.
But it's like, I would much rather not let everyone go around here waiting for one side to pick off the other side when...
Right.
Why the fuck do they have a free
ride?
Why
should they get the float?
And everyone gets to work every week. Right. There are 6 or 7 people that go out there in the HOH competition who don't give a fuck if they win because they feel like they're off the radar.
Sure.
So,
I mean, Boogie's in a great position because when he and I go up, I will leave and it'll be no problem.
Well, see, that's what you think, but Boogie is starting, because of his tirade the other night, he is seen as a bigger threat in Chilltown.
That's probably
why
true.
I told him in that room that they went, it was the 3 of us, he needs to shut the fuck up. Otherwise, he will go home first.
Right.
Because people see Jace as like unstable because like he goes in these like depression moods and he takes off and he'll have an outburst. It's like, oh, he wants to go home, fuck it, we'll get him later.
Right.
And you're always being seen as like the one that they'll get later.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly thought I was going home earlier, and I'm surprised it's week 3 and this is even being discussed, Well, I mean, so who do you want out? Or you don't have to tell me if you're not comfortable. But
I never tell anyone. I mean, I've never been HOH before, so to me, it's like, there's a certain person who just drives me up a fucking wall. Okay. And if that person's gone, it makes the other floaters, because everyone right now, it's Chicken George. You know what I mean? Everyone right now says, oh, if I get HOH, I'm putting up Chicken George. What happens if you take away that person that they want to put up?
Yeah.
They're forced to take a stand.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately also means for you guys that Boogie's going to have to step up as competing.
Yeah, he's a great competitor. You know how it is. Good luck, bad luck.
It is, exactly. But right now, I mean, nobody sees him as a threat.
Right.
They see him as any week they want to put him up, he can go home.
Mm-hmm.
So if he wants to win, then... Because everything I've been telling him, he seems to fucking ignore.
Let me ask you this, and obviously we have open communication. What's going to happen when Season 6 has to start cannibalizing yourselves? Because I genuinely feel like they're going to put you under the bus first.
There's no one that knows this more than I do. They put me under the bus last year every single chance they could. And you and I talked about this before the house. You told me about Boogie. I told you that, it's just common sense to stick with the people in your season.
Right, of course.
Of
course.
But My goal is, because I've been thrown on the bus by a couple of them already, you know, my goal is to make sure that the people that could potentially get HOH the following weeks when I'm not safe are going to be more apt to going after the other ones. You know, you don't see me when season 6 wins celebrating and
like Howie does. That's what Howie's so dumb. I mean, he's running up every time.
And you know what the worst part is? Is like after the first one, I told him to calm the fuck down.
Right, and he can't do it.
He can't do it.
I mean, I guarantee you, if Boogie wins HOH, I'll just be like, "Hey, good job," and just cool.
Like when Howie won, or when Kaser won HOH last week.
Exactly, just mind your business.
That's the way he has to work. If I hated those 3, I would still need them just as much as if Nicole was in here. And if you weren't over everything, you would have to stick together. You know, but there's no reason why all of us should worry about each other and let these other people just sit there and get to the end.
Well, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I guess, yeah.
Because all of us played in our seasons. You know what I mean? You have people here that haven't stepped up to the plate once.
Ever.
Their first time playing.
Ever. I mean, there's people who can go nameless, but yeah, it's you want to see a player win.
Because everyone's like, oh, I'd never vote for Dr. Will if he made it to the end because he already won. I'm like, well, I would vote for him because to be the #1 target in the House and make it 12 weeks.
Sure. Very honestly, if it wasn't for sequester, I'd be willing to play. You know, I just don't want to go week 6 and then sit in sequester for 6 to 7 weeks. Ruin my practice, ruin my relationship.
Your first person there, it's shitty.
It's hellish.
Jennifer was there for 7 days by herself.
Exactly.
Showed up.
And then she was there, what, another 4 or 5 weeks? Something ridiculous.
If I went on the 62nd day, she was there for 14 days before me, and I was there for 18, so she was there for
that's terrible.
32 days.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that'll ruin my relationship, my practice, my reputation. It'll just be terrible. It'll be devastating for me. So that's something I really can't imagine happening at all. I mean, very honestly, if they're like, look, here's $1 million at the end, here's a bizarre twist that gives something, I'm open-minded, but right now I highly
in which
suspect,
case even the target will be even raised on your head.
Yeah.
You've already won $500,000.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be raised. Yeah, I got to get out of this crazy hellhole.
Because I'm not putting up who season 6 wants me to put up, because who I wanted season 6 to put up last week,
they didn't do.
They've left me out of everything, but I have to take the fall because we're all 4 together from the same season.
Well, Kaser's move was brilliant because it moves him on such a low radar. You know, it's not like Diane's coming after Kaser now. She's not.
No. So it's like it was a brilliant move in that sense, but like I said,
Mike, please go to the diary room.
I've been thrown under the bus a couple times.
Well, let me ask you this question. Let's say you put me and someone else up, and I stay, and Mike or myself wins HOH. We have got, at that point, to put someone from season 6 up. Do you not care who the 3 people are? Obviously, it'll buy you.
How many winners are in this game?
Just me.
No, how many winners? Like,
one person wins the show. Yeah.
You know? So, well, I'll never put them up, and I hope they won't put me up.
Right.
You know,
but if people have to go, and